Quick update. It's day 35, week 7 of my straw bale garden. I want to show you some progress. Everything's looking magnificent. So let's just be quick about it. I've got these green beans vining up the trellis here. Still not putting out any beans. I've got a whole patch of them near my pineapples and another section of the yard that are doing marvelously planted in the ground. But I mean, you can see this guy's just curling around here. Peppers still there, looking good, starting to get a little bigger. Got one in the back there, it's looking nice. This is one of the ones that I transplanted from my garden out front. So looking pretty good, coming back to life. Quite a bit of grass growing around it. I'll pull that out real quick. Anyway, moving along. If you look along the back there, things get crazy. I'll try to scoot back here and show you. We've got some watermelon just vining like crazy. This is the base of a really big zucchini. A few holes from bugs, no big deal. They're not really bothering me too much. Already got some zucchini fruit. I don't see any on that. Oh, there's a small one down there, but this one I think has, this one has a couple bigger ones. The zucchini's right here. And it'll flower and produce a fruit. After the flower falls off and gets pollinated, they're usually self-pollinating. I don't really have to worry about that. I got 3 big zucchinis here growing. Zucchini plants, I mean, oh, 4. Okay, so 4 zucchini plants that survived. 5. See how that works? Everything works. In the back further down, over here is all cucumbers. Don't see any fruit bearing yet, but those take a while usually, but they look great. A little bit of leaf blight stuff. I don't know if that's blight or maybe some pests got to it, but for the most part it's looking healthy. Those are all tomatoes and stuff in there. Sort of get lost in here after a while because you forget what you plant, but I've got everything tagged here, so that'll remind me. You may come back around to the front so you can see a little better. Moving along, radishes looking fantastic. I buried them a little deeper so you can't see them right now. But there's let's see if I can find you a red one. Here we go, right there. So you can pretty much see that growing down there. Focus on this new phone isn't the best, but you get the gist. They're pretty big, almost the size of a golf ball, which is awesome for radishes. All of these cherry tomatoes are looking nice, and they're planted about 4 inches apart. Less in some areas. A couple little babies in here that I may need to pull out and redistribute, which I'm going to do right now while on camera. Separate these two. You're probably not seeing what's happening here. It'd be better if I had 3 hands, I guess. But for the most part, come on, come apart. There we go. I'll put one right up front here. Bury that in. Another one over. Where's your hand? There it is. There. Bury it down a little ways so it'll root out of the sides of the stem, and tomatoes, they're known for doing that. Those all look great. More watermelons vining down to the ground and continuing. Already starting to grab onto things along the way. All the heirloom tomatoes look great. There's a couple little tiny ones in here that I may want to thin out also. I'll get to that in a second though, some of my ideas. This one's vining up and starting to flower, it looks like, right here. So that's nice. There's a few more little areas of interest. Maybe some watermelons will come out sooner than I expect. I got this butter crunch lettuce here. Can't wait to try that. A couple heads of that. Then we got our heirloom tomatoes, Siberian tomatoes in the front. I mean, look how healthy that looks. Just green as can be and just alive, no problems. A row behind that. is San Marzanos. These are the shorter ones. Then I've got some purple calabash, a little bigger behind that. And in the back row, I guess those are the mixed heirlooms. So who knows? We'll see when they start fruiting. It'll still be a little while, maybe a few more weeks before I get some fruit on those. But for the most part, happy with the production. These tomatoes here, I was wondering what they were because I got a few more over there. And then I remembered, these are Brandywine yellow tomatoes, and they are a beefsteak variety. Brandywine, they have pink and yellow. Apparently the yellow tastes better to a lot of people. Good for slicing and making like caprese salads and things like that. Very happy about that those just look so healthy. They kind of got a bean leaf to them. It's kind of cool. Herbs, the dill is just taken off. It's looking great. Purple basil's looking good. Got a few holes in it from insects, but no biggie. It's starting to bush out since I pruned it the first time. Some more watermelon down here. This in the back, I thought it was arugula. That's what happens when you order seeds from China on eBay for $1 a pack. Sometimes you don't get what you ask for. It turns out it looks like it's probably bok choy. At least I'm used to seeing bok choy looking like that, or some kind of cabbage. But regardless, I'll make a yummy stir fry. It's not arugula salad green, which I was hoping to get some really big salads out of this garden, and that's not the case. Same thing goes with this. This looks like some kind of colored green or mustard green, and I thought it was kale. My disappointment. Like I said, that's what you get. I'm not too disappointed though, because I will eat the heck out of this stuff, and I plan on pulling that pretty soon along with this bok choy or whatever kind of choy it is in the back, making up stir fry and maybe doing some type of colored dish with this. Here's a couple specimens of this yellow Brandywine tomato. I'll be careful not to pull that out. I mean, it's just really healthy. There's one next to it. A couple little basils going down here, hiding. So I think what I'm gonna do is pull out this. I lost my phone. Pull out this entire bale here, and except for the herbs and my couple of tomatoes, and maybe spread out some more of those heirloom tomatoes down here. So anyway, that's the gist of it. The whole thing is just loaded down with healthy looking plants.